Hi everyone, it's Kat here. How you doing? I just thought I'd get myself settled and got a little bit of daylight left in the day, and I thought I would just make a few more of these tags that I'm making for some Christmas journals that I'm doing at the moment. And so I just thought I'd do a little bit of a craft along with me and see if I can get another good result. So these are just some tags that I made really literally just out of some leftover bits that I had from last year, and also some new things that I collected during the year. So I think they turned out pretty okay. They seem to have gotten a good response, like on my Instagram account and on the Facebook group that I posted these on, Junk Journal Down Under. So I thought I'll give it another go and see if I can make some more. So firstly, I'd just like to say excuse this bruise on my hand, and I noticed on my last video I had a bruise here. It's just unbelievable. I knocked my hand on the edge of the bed. I've got a 4-poster bed, and not like those big tall ones, like, you know, the medieval style, just like literally it's just got a bed head and a bed end, but it's got like 4 posters. And lately when I've been kind of walking around the bed, I've been knocking myself and hit my hand quite hard on it, so now I've got this bruise. So I'm really sorry if that stands out in the video, but my partner is asleep and I don't want to go in the bedroom and wake him up. So all right, let's have a look at what we've got here. I've got some book pages from a Christmas book that I picked up last year, which I've got about that much of it left, and I really like it actually. It's got some really lovely old images on it, and I've used it up quite well. And this is Christmas in Australia, but I don't know if it's necessarily an Australian one. It might be. I didn't notice too many Australian type images in there. Our reindeer sleigh. But yeah, so I thought I would start with a book page. I've got also, now I have been watching Jessica Rapp, and I've been watching G.I. Kerr, and I've been watching Roxy Creations and a few others, but mainly those ones for the collaging of late. So I've been getting a little bit of inspiration. So that's kind of where I've drawn my inspiration from, and this is sort of, I guess, a bit of a gelling of everything I've seen, plus just a few little things that I thought I would try out myself, just with the supplies that I've got. My supplies are probably no different to really what your supplies are. When I was doing my Christmas journals last year, I had only just started, you know, for a few months, and I didn't have a lot of supplies, and I was trying to make journals in bulk, and it just overwhelmed me. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this in another video, I can't remember, but I just reached a point where I couldn't work on them anymore, and I just packed them away. I just thought, you know what, this is all too hard, and I packed them away, and I thought I'll bring them out next Christmas. So I thought, well, yep, all right, I'll bring them out now, and I'm a bit more experienced and kind of know what to do. And I might show you actually what I have been working on quickly. So that's what I've got so far. These are some fabric flips. Now, I hope I've been in frame for all of this, but these are some fabric flips that I've made just out of some fabric that I've picked up just from my ops shop hauls. Some fabric I've actually bought. So I've made a few of those, and I'll continue to make a few more. So this is one cover, and I've got a couple of signatures there. So I will do flip throughs of these when we're all done. So this is another one. So again, these are out of the cereal box packets. I don't always do cereal box packet covers, it's just the last few journals I have. So there's some signatures that I've started. Then there's this one here, and I'm just going to go through, because some of the pages I'm not really happy with. So I think I'm going to swap and change and kind of fix things up a little bit there. Some of the pages are okay, and this is another one as well. So actually this is one that I think Isla started, and yeah, we just lost wind with it all. So I might keep that one for her, because I did say to her that we would work on that one together and actually finish it off. So I've done these tags here, so I got 4, and these are just some bits of ephemera bits that I've been making now. I've got this, and I'm going to try my hand at dyeing this some colours, and somewhere in my mess over there, it's not mess, it's organised mess, where I've been sorting out all my stuff, I've got another bit of this. So I'm going to try my hand at dyeing these like reds and greens. So I've cut out some tags. Oh, these are some index cards that I've backed with graph paper, which I think I'm planning on, you know, I fussy cut out all these candles from the book. So I fussy cut all these, but I made up a bunch of these envelopes here out of the Christmas book pages, and I thought they looked quite good. So I've got those ready to go and work on. And so these are some things that I had done. Now, these I did last year after Christmas, and I just got some Christmas paper, but I think it was the glue that I used. It must have been a water-based glue, because when they dried they kind of got all wrinkly, but I never threw them away because I didn't know. I thought, look, I might find a use for them, and I think I do know what I'm going to do with these. So, there's some cute little paper clips that I made last year, some altered paper clips. So I'm going to make some more of those. And I've got some little charm dangly bits on some of those. And these are some tags that I made. So you can see that I did start to put a little bit of work into it. And oh, that's a little bit of a, so that's what I thought I would do. I thought I would do this as a side tuck, because when I cut these tags up, this was, yeah, I didn't want, oh, I guess I could make a tag out of it as well, but I thought I would do this on the side of a page. I got one of these and I just cut the top off, and then I just glued it, and I thought I would just use it, I thought I could just use it as a little side pocket there. So I thought that was a little bit of an idea. So there was that, and then I made some of these bigger tags. I did a bit of a show and tell on the Tim Holtz stamping platform, and I made that tag there. So I want to make some more tags. So I've got a few things that I've made ready to go. I want to keep those out to try and remember what I did was. And also I've got some scrapbook paper here, which I haven't known what to do with, but after watching G.I. Kerr, I've just gotten some gesso, and I quite like it now. It looks quite retro to me, so I thought, see how we go, but I might end up doing something with that. So I'll pick a piece of the paper. So let's have a look. I'm kind of liking this, actually. Yeah, I think I might do this because it's got some nice vintage scenes on it. Boxing Day and St. Stephen's Day. I might do this. I might do this side. All right. So what I did was, now somewhere I made some piles. So I've got some just scrap bits of just little bits of paper. If you've got some Christmas themed, all the better. But these aren't necessarily, they're just scrap bits of paper. And so I got those there, and I've got some napkin. So I keep getting up because I want to check I'm in frame. So, all right. And then this is just, I don't know, it must have been given to me as a gift because it's got a nice little Christmas carol on the background. I've got some Christmas paper that I remember I bought reduced, and this is just some offcuts from it. I've got some washi. I've got some of these little banners. I think what this is just the strips that I had tea dyed, and I've got a bunch of them floating around as well. And yeah, and I think what I've done is I've punched banners out with those. So I found those. Okay, and then I've got some fabric scraps. I don't have many left, which is really good, eh? I've got a bunch of just some fussy cut candles, as I said, out of the book. Yeah, you can see here that they all have these lovely candles on the edge of the page. So I fussy cut some of those out because I just felt like doing it. Making a bit of a mess here, hold on. Some postage stamps that I've been putting aside whenever I've gone op shopping or I've got bundles of stamps. I've kind of put away the Christmas stuff. So, and then I've got some stickers, some Christmas little stickers that last year when I was doing this, I just did not know what to do with them, but I thought I would include them in the collage. So I've got some glue, some Yoo-hoo glue, and I have got a little bit of art glitter glue, but you can use, you know, the fabric glue, you could use any type of glue. Yeah, so I've got some gesso, and I've got a nice big soft brush, and I've got some stamps. I've got some wooden stamps here, and I do need to clean these, which I will do. But they're not too bad. I only stamped once on them, so I need to clean those. So that's pretty much all I'm going to do. I'm just going to do some layering. All right, so let's get on with it. So the first thing I did was I just, now I use this glue here, Yoo-hoo glue, and I'm hoping this will do because I'm coming to the end of it. But I know there's not much on that, but I do like the little bit of music just in the corner there. Like to use after watching Jessica is I do like her idea of using baby wipe. That helps with the glue. All right, so how is everyone today? I hope you're doing well and getting some crafting in. I guess a lot of you are probably kind of thinking about Christmas, but you're probably like thinking, oh yeah, not quite. And I know I've seen a few posts coming through, people are doing a few crafty things, so with the Christmas stuff. So I just wanted to get these done because, you know, when you have something hanging over your head and it's sort of like, you just like to get it done. And then it's such a good feeling when it's off your plate and you've got that little bit of free energy cleared up, and then you can allow something new to come in. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm just getting random bits of paper, and I'm just, you know, like this is just a bit of a music sheet, but I like the lettering on there, and I even like that little hole in there because it just gives it like an interesting element, and it just looks, you know, old. And because it's got a bit of a line, I might even put that up here, and that might not even matter. It might end up getting chopped off. So that's why I kind of don't place too much importance on it. It's just a little bit of sneaking through, you know, just a little bit of stuff that you can see poking through something. So I just use the baby wipe what I'll do is I'll kind of just tear these up. Might not worry about those bits. And I'll just snip off these white bits. Might keep that because that's got just a little bit of green foliage there. And I will just ink these edges before I put them down, just to get rid of that white on there. Okay. My pets are relatively quiet, although Boo has barked once because she heard a noise, but actually it's my cat, Tilly. It's like silly o'clock or something, and she's decided to just go a little bit nutty, and she's knocked something, made a noise, so she set the dog off. So let's see how we go, but I've got a feeling that at some point we're gonna hear something. Okay, so all right, so I just kind of place things down. I think they were coming to the end of this bit of glue. Got a new one on hand. Oh, that must be an older glue, because I remember the last lot I bought to replace my glues were blue. So this must be a newer one. So the last time I did it, I ended up covering too much, I thought. I pretty much covered the whole piece of paper. So I thought this time round I might not. I might just leave some of these bits, like, you know, the candle and these little children peeking through. So we won't worry about that one. Gosh, you should see my table. I try not to bring a whole pile of stuff out, but I do end up making quite a mess, and then you've got to pack it all away. So yeah, that's like that. I really like this idea of using the baby wipes. Now, I don't mind when I glue down some of these bits with the white, because I end up stamping over this anyway. So if it becomes a good target for to place a stamp on. So I don't mind having bits of solid like that. You know, I'll probably end up putting a bit of a stamp on that. I might get some of this, and this is some Australian paper, and it's just a little bit of bottle brush. So I hope this works out. But yeah, I mean, the last one that I did, I remember taking a photo of it and sending off to a friend who's an artist. And I remember saying, oh, we'll see what this one works out. But yeah, it ended up looking really good. So I'm sort of getting a little bit more confident about it. Okay. It just looks so random, but when you cut them up into the tags, it actually does end up looking pretty neat. Well, I think it does. Yeah. And it's a good way, again, of using up your scraps and repurposing, and yeah, just making something new and creative. I've got a bit of tea stain paper there, which has got a bit of grungy sort of-ness to it. So I might just pop that on there. Okay. I might not knock off those ladies' reindeer heads, their hats, because I like that, poking through like that. Now this is a bit of a book that I gutted. I'm trying to, it might even be this book, I can't remember now. But I soaked the paper off the book cover because I really liked it. I liked the colours, it was very vintagey and just very Christmassy, so I just tried it as an experiment and it worked out, it came out, so might pop that there. I sew on the paper, so any bits that are a bit thicker and poking through, I end up sewing down to just really secure them. So I just tear around that bit of bow there. And you can see that you just layer and layer. And some things you kind of end up covering up anyway. So it's like, that's why I don't worry too much. Now this has got a bit of a stamp on here, a very, very faint bit of these stamps. So I'm going to keep that because I like that. Okay. Just trying to work out which is the right way. Okay, so I've got some there. Might just pop that there like that. And then actually, I think what I'll do is get some of this candle. I'll put that on the edge there like that. And whoops, straighten that down there. When you wet this down with the baby wipe, it sort of seems to activate the glue again and it makes it a little bit stickier. Okay. I might put, oh no, there's some there already. Might put that down there like that. And now I might get this Christmas Carol. And stick that there like that. Okay. Yeah, they are a bit thicker, these bits of card, so I'll be stitching around these. So I've managed to get most of the edges. Might get this. Let's stick that there because there's some Christmas wording there, so that will look pretty good. And yeah, if you look through there, you can kind of see some words that are a bit relevant to Christmas. So I might leave those poking through. So I might get onto the fabric now. So I use the glue again, but that just holds it down. And then I go over that again with the sewing machine, and I stitch around. Okay, so I might put that like that. I love that fabric. It's got a bit of gold in it, a bit of gold shine through it. Okay, I might pop that like that. Actually, what I might do is put that like that across there. I do like this sari silk, so what I do with that is I spread that out and I just really smush it into the page and spread it out. And I go over it again, like that. And all those little fibres, they end up sticking into the page. And they look really good. I think so anyway. Gives it a nice look. Okay. And these bits of calico I like because I stitch around them and then I put a stamp on them. And they look quite effective as well. So this is a long bit and I can see where this needs to go. Okay. Hard at work here. Concentrating. Oh, that's what I can talk about. I have been working on my website and please check it out if you haven't already. I've already received a few orders, so I'm absolutely stoked. I really am. So thank you very much. Yeah, so that's been keeping me busy and that's been a lot of fun. Big learning curve for me as well, learning all about that side of things and then getting all that technical, you know, how the shop works and all that sort of thing. Yeah, I've been really enjoying that and I've been really happy with how that's coming along. So I want to get busy and starting to put things in the shop, and I want to work out what everyone likes, because I do have quite a bit of stuff in my own stash that I'd love to share. Because you know how it is, you buy stuff and you hoard it, and you know, but you only end up using such a tiny amount of it, and yeah, why not share, hey? Why not share? So it's a way of me clearing out my, oh, I don't want to cover those children there, so I'm going to do it this way. Yeah, so, but yeah, if you want to check out my site, and I'd love you to comment on my little blog posts and stuff. I mean, I've got lots of plans, obviously. Now that I've gone to the trouble of setting it all up, you know, I'll just work on it and, you know, bring exciting stuff that I enjoy doing and hopefully you guys will like, and we can grow and learn together, because I'm still learning for sure. I am most certainly very new at all of this, but enjoying it and absolutely loving the ride. That's what it's all about, isn't it? It's enjoying the journey as much as the destination, and I've got no idea what the destination is on this one. I've always set out in life to achieve a goal. I am a Capricorn and we're all, you know, most Capricorn people, that's what we do. We climb that mountain and we pursue that goal. We might take a while to get it done, but we never stop climbing, and we eventually do get there. But this has been purely something I have done for the love and enjoyment of it. And yeah, it will go wherever it goes. I have got no plans at all for this one. It's just a passion thing for me. So I might just pop... Oh gosh, look at that mess there. Big gluey mess. Clean that up. I guess that's the other good thing about having your baby wipe handy, is that you can clean up as you go. Yeah, so I'll put this bit here. Sometimes I put lace down, but I don't think I did this time. Where can I put this? I might put this across here like that. All right, so that's that. Got all glue on my fingers now. Okay, so I think that's enough of that for now. So I've used up most of my fabric. I've got some washi and I guess I could put that on the side. I just like that. It looks very ye oldie. And I think I like vintage Christmas. I like ye oldie. Okay. So what do you guys like to do for Christmas? We like to look at the Christmas lights when everyone puts up their Christmas lights. We did one year, put up some lights. We got the back looking really nice. The front we started. So I don't know. I'll talk to Mike about that. He does a lot of shift work, so he'll probably actually be working over Christmas. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, you know, lots of parties, I guess, lots of work parties and catching up with friends and making gifts and cards. And I guess it's a busy time for us crafters. So I guess that's why some people will be getting busy now doing stuff. Oh, might stick that down somewhere. A bit of an odd shape this, so I don't know. I've been avoiding using them. But because I do like how they end up on the page and with the stitching around them, I thought I would just give it a go and see how it would look. So, yeah, might pop that. I'm just seeing, got fabric there, fabric there, fabric, fabric, fabric. I haven't got fabric up there, so I might pop that up there. Okay, so we got that. Yeah, it's looking like a preschooler's little bit of artwork that they bring home and proudly say, "Mum, look what I did." All right, so I always go back to this colour. I'm going to miss this washi tape when I use this all up. Okay, so let me try and find, there we go. So then what I do is I get my washi and I go around and just some of these harsh edges like that, these straight bits, or where there's stuff that's like meeting, I just go and cover it up now with a bit of washi. Like this bit up here. Let's cover that. I might try this one. If I can find it. Oh, here we go. So I don't really plan this at all. I just what looks right to me, you know, what looks like it needs to be covered up. And I do love how this washi ends up looking on the page as well. All right, I think that might do. I'll put some of that there like that. Okay, so that's that. And then I've got some napkin. Okay, sorry, my camera stopped filming and I didn't realise it. So I had just got up to the bit of putting the napkins down, and also I felt my camera set up, it was a bit high and you couldn't really see it as clearly as I'd like you to. So really what I did was I just had some napkin and I just chose some words and I tore them apart, and then I applied a little bit of napkin here and a little bit of napkin there, and I just stuck them down. And then I got some gesso, and I just got my brush, which is all wet and in the sink at the moment, but I got my brush and I lightly dabbed the ends of the bristle and I just washed over. Now, I've been editing and this is pretty dry actually, so I might do some stitching and I'll come back and show you how that looks. Okay, so what I've done is I've just gone around zigzag stitched. I've used a fairly, on my machine it's probably about a 7. It's sort of quite a loose wide stitch. So I've just gone around and I've just done some stitches around. There's a bit of fabric under there. I've stitched around where a bit of that book paper that has a little bit of a card backing to it. So I've stitched that down to secure it on the paper. I've stitched around here. I've stitched around this bit of sari silk. I've stitched down the middle like that, down the bit there. I've stitched around here. Now I have missed a little bit. So what I'll do is I will get my my glue, my Art Glitter glue, where it's got a bit of a fine tip, and just glue that down just to secure it. And I'll just look and finish gluing off any little bits that have not glued down properly. And just here. Okay, so just go around, carefully inspect it. Now, the other thing that we can do is get some masking tape. And because this is quite wide, I tear mine in half. And now we can go over and like where there's this bit here, I might just do that. Might just cover that over there. And might just cover like down here. Don't want to cover over that. There we go. I just won't cover over the stitching, just in between the stitching and that candle. Just put a bit of masking tape there. I might do the same down here. but I won't go over that bit of sari silk. I'll leave that. There we go, like that. Now, what I'll do is I'll get my scissors. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll just snip. Now, when I stitched, I did do a little bit of a back stitch. Now here I noticed that I missed that. So might just glue that down like that. I'll just snip there, but I will just glue that down just to secure it. But yeah, pretty much I did do a slight back stitch. Or if I ran over, I'll leave that because I've jumped over, but I've secured them together. But I might just run a bit of glue over there, like that. So, yep, so here where I've crossed over, just to hold the glue down a little bit and hold those threads down. Okay, so they're all done. The back I don't worry too much about because we're going to glue the back of that anyway. We're going to cover that with some, yeah, I layer it. I sandwich it. Let me get my words out. I get a bit of card and I sandwich the card with this, and then I put tea stain paper on the back. But I still do snip because to me these would just add a bump and I don't want that. I want it as flat as possible. Alright, so that's that. My partner's going to be away any minute now, and I've decided that we'll go out for tea tonight. That's what I was starting to say before. Oh, I don't think it went on camera because the camera stopped. But I was saying that I'm starting a new eating plan, try and shed a bit of weight. I've got a trip coming up in December, and yeah, just for summer I would like to just try and lean up a little bit. So tonight I think we'll go out and have some dinner before I have to settle in too much to watching and being good with what I eat. All right, so the next thing I do is I do some stamping. So I don't have a great range of Christmas stamps, but these are the ones that I like, and I like my snowman. Okay, so make sure I don't have any ink. Okay, so all right, I'll stamp him there. That's on that bit of masking tape. So we've got a little bit of the fabric there. So I might just put a stamp there. I don't know if you can hear Tilly. She's jumped up on the table. I don't think you'll ever get a shot of her in the camera. Although I was stitching on my machine the other day, and the little rat bag, she started playing and getting all frisky, and she started poking her paws into the where I was stitching. Oh my goodness, I had to poke her with my pokey tool and get her to go away because I was worried that she was going to hurt herself. Now, I don't know how this is going to go, but let's see. Oh yeah, that came out all right. I don't know if I could use my stamping platform for this. I probably could, but no, I can't because I've got the wooden block stamps. So, all right, so stamp those there like that. Okay, I do really like this snowman. All right, where else can we put him? I might put him down here. So again, it's just a little bit of the masking tape. Let's make sure we're in film, like we're in range. Oh, he's a bit smudged. Yeah, that's a shame, but never mind. Oh, actually, what I can do there you go, problem solved. All right, let's try that again. No, hold on. Just as well I didn't glue that down, otherwise I would not have got that back in there. All right, let's try that again. If anyone knows a secret on how not to rub, like to get ink on the edges here like this. Okay. Better. All right, so I think that's enough of him. Now I've got this little gingerbread man that I really like. Okay. Okay, where can we put him? I might put him there. Yeah, it's cute. So cute. And okay, I've got some Christmas presents. A couple of boxes. So where can we put those? So I'm just thinking about where I'm going to be trimming. And as much as I didn't want to stamp there, I think I will, because I think I'm going to cut here, I'm going to cut here. So I'm going to cut here, so I probably need something up here. So I'm going to stamp there. And I am going to have to stamp in the middle. So I might stamp, seeming he's my favourite, I might stamp my snowman again. Ink up my stamp, and I'm going to stamp him right there. All right, so yeah, I reckon if I do by thirds, so there, maybe there, there, so if I there, there. This, I think this is going to be a belly band. So I think I'll make this a narrower strip, and this will end up being a belly band on a page, and then I'll get a couple of tags here, and then I'll get a couple of tags here and a couple of tags here. So I think we're good. All right, I'm going to wrap that up now and clean up a bit because it's getting late, and yeah, he'll be up soon, and that will be me finished crafting because I'm going to spend an evening with him. Haven't seen him for a few nights. So yeah, okay, be back soon. Okay, so I'm going to now just trim these up and start to cut them down. So taking care to try not to cut my stitching. So, and then I'm going to cut them. I usually like to cut them, but yeah, I have to be careful about, I might do that one. I am going to stitch around the edges, so even though I'm going to cut into a little bit of that stitching, it doesn't matter because I'm going to cut the edges. So I think that'll make a good cut there. And then I think I'll cut just there, just straightening everything up. Okay, now I think I'm going to make this just seeing what I'm going to get here. Just straighten up that edge there. Okay. All right, so I'm left with these bits here. So now I'm going to just straighten these up. Now I'm going to cut that out there. I might just do that, and then I'll neaten up the top. Right, so I've got these. So that's my rubbish. So you can see there's really not much I've wasted at all. Okay, so I've got these now. So the next step is to, now what I do is I save my cardboard from my packaging, and some of it is quite good in the sense that if I've got any left, like that lot there, almost looks like tea stain paper, so that's a favourite of mine. So let's see how many of those I've got. And yeah, right, so that can go on there. So I will be back. So I think that's what I decided that I would do. So I might just make a few of these because the video is getting a little bit long, and I thought that what I probably should have done is done like a part 1 and a part 2. So I might do that a next time. But so I just glue that on there, and then what I'll do is I'll stitch around. All the ones might be good. I might fit 2 of those on there. Yeah, I might do that one. Is I glue them on one side there. So let's work with these 2. So I'll pop these away. But then what I'll do is I'll finish them all off, and then I'll show you what I came up with at the end. So I will stitch these, my edges. So this one here, I'm just using Vintage Photo, sort of my go-to. I'll just do the edges there. Now, I'm trying to decide what I might do is I might actually make these into tags, which what I do need to do is get one of those templates done, but I think that looks all right. Okay, so I'm just going to stitch around the edges. Okay, so I've stitched. Now you don't have to stitch, I guess. I like to stitch because I think it just, you know, gives it a nice edging. So that's one. And I'm actually quite liking these as they are. Again, I just go around and just any little bits that are still sticking up, I glue down. So that's one. And that's another one. As I said, I'm actually quite liking how these turned out just like this. I guess what I could do is maybe put a little bit of washi, maybe just in that corner, just to add a little bit of colour. Boo boo. Let's try and eyeball that in the centre there. And got some eyelets here. I'll put a darker one there. So we've got that washi tape in there. There you go, that's one tag there. Now this one here, I'll probably end up putting a little tab on here and have that as a journal card. So what I'm going to do is work on the rest of them, and then I'll show you the results. Okay guys, so all done. I have finished, so out of 2 pages and just a handful of supplies, which, you know, I would dare say most of us have got around the house. I've completed all these tags, so pretty happy with how that one turned out. And this one here. And all backed with tea stain paper. So ready to fill in some journals and add with other bits and pieces that I've got. These ones here, I was thinking of putting on the edge of the page and doing it as a bit of a side tuck. So I hope you enjoyed my little craft along with me, which I guess was sort of showing my process of how I go about doing these. And just a little way of using up your Christmas scraps, although I have come to the conclusion there's no such thing, because the more things you make, the more scraps you accumulate. So it's just a good way of using everything up and not wasting, which is what is great. That's why I like doing what I do. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you like my video, it'd be great if you could give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Happy crafting. Bye.